Hey everybody, and welcome back to another ASMR video here on the channel. Now for me this feels weird because it's been longer for me than it has been for you guys seeing a video. I honestly can't remember the last time I recorded. We'll get into the reasons. I mean, you can see the title as to the main reason why I didn't upload for so long. Well, I say so long. Like I say, it was only 2 weeks for you, 2 weeks and a bit. And but for me, it feels like ages since I've got in front of the camera. But here we are again. So yeah, this evening's video is going to be a ramble, as slow as possible, ear-to-ear ramble about where I've been, what I have been up to. Well, one thing in particular, as you can tell. But yeah, let's. It's been a little while since we've done a ramble. I think the last one we did, we were talking through plans for the channel and for the future and stuff. So, I mean, we'll probably finish this ramble speaking a little bit about that as we approach 3,000 subscribers, which is insanity. But first, I really am waffling, but this is the beauty of rambles. This is what they're for. So, I hope you do find this relaxing. It's not going to change your life, this video. It's not, but hopefully you can sit back, relax, and listen to me waffle for 10, 15, 20 minutes. What's not to like about that? So, let's get into this ramble. So, as I said, it has been a little while for me since I got in front of the camera and whispered in my spare time. The history of the Falklands War went up on Monday, but I had filmed that quite a while ago, but it didn't. It was meant to go up much earlier, i.e. in the 2 weeks I did not upload, but I couldn't get it uploaded in time. I couldn't get it edited in time, and therefore, yeah, it was just sat incomplete on my computer until I was able to finish it, and then obviously put it out for you guys. So I hope you did enjoy that. So my main reason for not uploading for a couple of weeks, well, the first week it was, of course, as you could tell by the title, I went to the Isle of Wight festival. Now you might be thinking, Jacob, well, a lot of you won't know my name, but Jacob thought Isle of Wight festival was only over one weekend. Well, you would be right, but following the festival, everyone gets ill after festivals, and I was no different. I assume it would be the drinking and the eating the not so healthy food, but it just caught up with me, and I was destroyed by the worst cold I have had in ages, in so long. It was horrible. So in terms of like being like, oh, it's 11 o'clock, everyone's in bed, let's film an ASMR video, my willingness to do that was pretty low, considering it was an effort just for me to get out of bed. I'm not going to go into my symptoms because it's kind of disgusting and not super relaxing, but yeah, so I was out of action for a little bit, and then the second week I was just super busy with work. Many of you will know I'm a video editor. That's my job, and my usual working hours are like 9 till 6. But when we're like busy, you tend to just work until you've got like the targets done, kind of thing. And we've been doing a campaign with a big company, and so yeah, that required all my time and attention, and you know, editing from 9 till like 7, half 7. I'm not then feeling like, oh yes, can't wait to edit even more. I mean, maybe that's that's selfish of me, but I needed to just unwind, just relax and watch The Office, because that's what I've been doing again for I think this is my 6th or 7th time watching through The Office US. It's just the greatest show ever. So yeah, first week, Isle of Wight and illness. Second week, super busy with work, but it's calmed down a little bit now, and I'm just gonna force myself to. Not that I have to force myself to make these videos, but even if I'm tired, I'm gonna be like, no, we're not, because if we keep saying we're not gonna do it, before you know it, we'll be gone another 4 years, and nobody wants that really. I promise that won't happen, and if I do permanently leave, I will tell you. I won't just suddenly disappear like last time. As I was an ASMR coward, as the ASMR gamer said in one of his videos. But yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about Isle of Wight, just because it was so awesome. It was all pretty. It wasn't last minute, but it was all sort of organised relatively quickly and quite close to the time. So it was me, my girlfriend, my girlfriend's dad and his partner, and then my girlfriend's sister and her friend. So us 6, so an absolute squad. But they went on ahead because we both had. Well, I actually didn't have work on the Friday, but my girlfriend had a half day, I think, kind of thing. And anyway, we drove down to get the hovercraft from Southsea in Portsmouth across to the Isle of Wight, and this was on Friday, and Isle of Wight runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we got the hovercraft across. We met my girlfriend's family at their little house we were staying at. I know we cheated. We didn't camp. We got like a little flat house thing, which ended up being really annoying to get to after the festival, but we'll get into that a little bit. But yeah, we met them there, and then literally we got changed into the festival garms, and then just went straight to the festival, which is in the city of Newport, obviously on the Isle of Wight. And we got in there, and who did we see on the Friday? Well, the first thing we did when we got in, we had our priority straight, is get a pint of dark fruits, because there's no greater beverage on the planet than a Strongbow dark fruits. So we had a few of them, we had some dinner. I had a really nice wood-fired pizza, because I know I mentioned that I didn't eat that healthily, but like the food there is just incredible at all festivals. There's all the different vendors, so whatever, like, I was going to say genre then, whatever type of food you want, they've got it. It's like Mexican, Italian, pasta, and probably comes under Italian, but Chinese, Thai, everything. So you were spoiled for choice really, and all the food that I had was really good. And then while we were eating, it was playing Yumi at 6. They're not my cup of tea. I knew a few of the songs, maybe like 7-8 years ago I would have been like really into them, but now not so much. And then who did we go and see? Went and had a little explore, and then it was Becky Hill, and she was really surprising actually. Like, I'm not Becky Hill's #1 fan, but like only then did I realise like how many bangers she's got, because I think she sort of features on a lot of like other artists, like DJs' songs. She does like the vocals for like dance songs, so when it comes to like playing festivals, she's got loads of like hits everyone knows she can like draw upon basically, so she was really good. And then we went to what was my highlight of the weekend, Sigma. Now I thought they, being like a relatively family friendly festival, Sigma would just play like their hits and stuff, but how wrong I was. No, what they did instead was a mental drum and bass line just set, and like that's like my favourite kind of music, and I wasn't really expecting there to be like an all out so that like made my weekend. So yeah, they were amazing, and then completely contrastingly, we went from there to watch the last like half an hour of Tom Jones, and then after Tom Jones it was Liam Gallagher. Again, he's not my cup of tea, and we weren't gonna wait like an hour and a half just to hear Wonderwall and Don't Look Back in Anger, so we went home like after like 3 or 4 songs of Liam, just because me and my girlfriend in particular were just absolutely knackered from all the driving, the hoverboating. So yeah, and you know, so we got back to the house, but the Friday night was an absolute faff. We got mixed up with the buses. We waited for like a normal bus when we should have got the festival bus, and yeah, we ended up getting in at some ridiculous time in the morning, went straight to bed, and then we woke up at like 11, and then we were back in there on the Saturday to do the full Saturday. Now I'm trying to remember who it was we saw on the Saturday. I think we saw Ella Henderson, obviously X Factor fame, and she was surprising as well. She had quite a lot of good songs as well that I surprisingly recognised. Then we had like a bit of a break. I think we did some rides and stuff, if I recall. And then who else did we see? We saw a bit of James Arthur. Well, we saw all of James Arthur. He is he's really not my cup of tea at all. Like I find him so boring. But at least he played his Cigala and Rudimental tune. They're like at least a bit dancey, but the tunes that are just his are just not for me at all. And the main, I feel like I'm missing somebody, but the main one I was arguably most excited about seeing was David Guetta. I love all that. As I say, I love drum and bass, but I love like dance music, like EDM and all of that. So, and he was awesome. Like the lighting and everything was just incredible. So, yeah. And then on the Sunday, there wasn't really anybody who massively took our fancy, although we got there early because what's his name? Not Ronan Kemp. I'm forgetting his name. And there's like a really good story here. His dad. What's his dad's name? Martin Kemp. It took me a few seconds to get that, but basically he revealed on the Saturday that for the last few months he's been filming this like X Factor style show, except it's with over 65-year-olds, and then him and this other judge form a band each, and they go head to head. And basically what we were witnessing was the vinyl. It was like Battle of the Bands, that's it. So one band came out and did 2 songs, and another band came out and did 2 songs, and then we had to cheer, and whoever was the loudest cheer won overall. And like it was honestly, apart like acts aside, like it was my highlight of the weekend. It was so much fun. Like he was like, these people haven't given up on their dreams, so like just make it as amazing for them as possible. And we did. We were going crazy and singing along and dancing and stuff. And some of the people, like there was a drummer who was in a wheelchair. This little old lady couldn't even get on the stage, bless her. She was in like a Zimmer, and then she just started like playing the keys, like head banging away. It was awesome. But yeah, so I think that is around like Christmas time, and we got quite near the front, so look out for me on telly. So yeah, and there wasn't really anyone we wanted to see on the Sunday that much, and we had to leave early anyway because work on Monday and that. So we just did some more rides and stuff, which absolutely broke the bank. Like one was like 20 quid. It was one of them like slingshot ones where you get strapped in and then just like fired up in the air. And then we did this other one which I hated. It just felt like I was going to fall out. So, and I'm good with rides, but that wasn't for me. So anyway, me, my girlfriend's sister, and my girlfriend's sister's friend, we got dropped back at the hoverboard, and we get on the hovercraft, and we hear someone behind us say, "Oh, isn't that the bloke of EastEnders?" And it's Martin Kemp sat on the same hovercraft as us. If you're from the UK, you probably know who he is. Obviously, he was in Spandau Ballet. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. And obviously, when we docked back in Portsmouth, loads of people went straight over and just asked for photos, didn't even chat to him. But he was on another lane, and we sort of got off at the same time as him. And I was like, you know what? So I just walked up to him and said, Martin, can I just say, what did I say? I was like, Martin, can I just say, your show was the highlight of our weekend. We absolutely loved it. And he was like, oh, you were there, were you? Did you really enjoy it? And we were like, oh yeah, it was amazing. We were right at the front. And then I think it was with the producer of the show, and he was like, oh, that's great to hear you enjoyed it. Yeah, some of their stories were amazing. We just had a chat about it and stuff, and he seemed really genuine. And then at the end of the conversation, we were kind of like, oh, would you mind? But I think he was definitely more than happy to take a picture, because we'd actually shown how much we enjoyed his show. So yeah, we got a nice picture with him, and yeah, very nice guy. And then we had a 2.5-hour drive back home. And yeah, and even if I wasn't feeling ill, and in the days after, I don't think I'd have filmed anyway, because the after festival depression was just ridiculous. But honestly, if you're in the UK, if you've never been to a festival before, I'd say Isle of Wight is the perfect starting festival. My girlfriend had never been. I feel like I keep saying girlfriend a lot, beep 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 beep. But she'd never been to a festival before, and she absolutely loved it. It's really family friendly. There's loads of kids about. The age range is crazy. You get loads of old people as well, because the lineup is so diverse. Because you have David Guetta, but then you also have Duran Duran, Tom Jones. So there's stuff there to please everyone. And yeah, and even if on the face of it there isn't loads of acts obvious to you, screaming out to you, you'll find something. And yeah, it's just so much fun, and I can recommend it anymore. Maybe we'll go again next year, although next year I've just bought, me and my friends have just bought our tickets for Creamfields, which I've never done Creamfields before, but I'm very, very excited about that. As I said, that's all my favourite kinds of music. If you have been to Creamfields, let me know down below. Is it as good as it looks? Because it looks insane. So yeah, tick it off the list. Not to brag, but I've now done, was that Isle of Wight, Reading, and Barclife. I also did V Festival when I was 16. Does that really count? Probably not. But yeah, that's a little story time. Don't really know if this is interesting, but this is the thing with ASMR rambles. Ultimately, someone is just waffling about stuff they're doing, and for some reason, I think as viewers, we're all just super nosy, and we just want to know what people are getting up to. I know that's the case for me anyway. That's why I like a good ramble, because I just like being nosy and listening to stories and stuff that people have to say. But I think that's going to do it for this video. This was just a little one just to explain where I've been. Quickly, I said I was going to talk about this. We're very nearly at 3,000 subscribers. 3,000. That is ridiculous. When I rebooted the channel, it was in November. We were on 870 something. So we've literally gained over 2,000 subscribers in 10 months, which is just ridiculous. And I honestly can't thank you guys enough. You all engage so much. You give suggestions for conspiracies, histories. You give compliment support. I reckon in the whole 10 months that I've been doing it, I've had to delete maybe 2 negative comments. That's literally it. I couldn't ask for much more. So thank you so much for subscribing and watching and liking and everything. But for 3,000 subscribers, I'm going to do my first 1 hour plus video, and it's basically going to be the ultimate conspiracy theories video. So what we're going to do is cover 5. My hand looked really weird at the angle. I don't know why I just didn't do that. We're going to cover 5 different conspiracy theories in one video. And leave some comments down below if you're still watching at this point, as to what you'd like them to be. Now, there is gonna be overlap with ones we've already done, but that's fine. I'm not just gonna recycle, I'm not just gonna take that video and plonk it in. We're gonna refilm it, do it all again with maybe different articles and stuff. So, I think one is definitely gonna be 9/11 because I've spoken about this in the past. I don't really want to dedicate a whole video to it just because it's super sensitive, but I think as part of a big video, and if we handle it in the right way, I think it'll be okay. But let me know your thoughts down below. But yeah, it can be ones we've covered. Otherwise, I'll just pick the 5 biggest ones, and maybe 9/11, JFK, Area 51, something else. So let me know, but that's what's coming, and thank you guys again so much for supporting the channel. And I think that is going to do it for tonight. I hope you did enjoy this video. Somehow, I always finish rambles thinking I honestly couldn't tell you what I spoke about and what I said, so. But what can you do? Anyways, leave a like if you did enjoy,